Have you ever felt weird around someone who smiles at you? But something feels off? Like their words say, "I'm fine," but their energy screams the opposite? Here's the shocking truth. Psychology shows that hidden dislike often leaks through behavior, even when people try to hide it. We've all been there. A coworker who's nice but never supportive. A friend who congratulates you yet somehow makes you feel small. Or a relative who acts polite but leaves you emotionally drained. Today, we're breaking down the psychological signs someone secretly hates you, not to make you paranoid, but to help you understand human behavior better. Why people hide negative emotions and how to protect your peace. And trust me, the science behind this will surprise you. When someone secretly hates you, it doesn't always look like open anger. Most of the time, it's subtle, passive, quiet, and confusing. We're wired to avoid conflict because conflict threatens belonging. So instead of saying, "I don't like you," many people choose fake friendliness. Here's a relatable example. Imagine you share good news. Everyone congratulates you. Yet you walk away feeling uncomfortable. That's covert dislike at work. Your brain is actually very good at detecting these micro signals. Tone of voice, facial tension, forced smiles, delayed responses. Your subconscious notices them before your conscious mind does. So why do humans do this? Because social harmony often feels safer than honesty, but hidden emotions don't disappear. They leak out in behavior. And once you understand these patterns, you can spot them faster and protect yourself emotionally. But here's where it gets really interesting. Let's talk about what's happening inside the brain. From a psychological perspective, hidden dislike is linked to something called emotional suppression. This happens when someone pushes down feelings instead of expressing them. Research from Stanford and UCLA suggests that suppressing emotions increases internal stress, and that stress often shows up through body language and passive behaviors. Think of your brain like a pressure cooker. If you keep the lid tight, pressure builds. Eventually, steam escapes through small cracks. In humans, those cracks look like sarcasm, avoidance, fake politeness, or subtle disrespect. Another concept involved here is cognitive dissonance. This happens when someone feels negative emotions toward you but wants to see themselves as nice. So they act polite while emotionally pulling away. There's also an evolutionary reason. Our ancestors survived by staying socially connected. Being openly hostile could get you excluded from the group, which meant danger. So the brain learned to hide aggression when necessary. Neuroscience also shows that when people dislike someone, the amygdala, the brain's threat detector, becomes more active. This can create automatic stress responses, tense posture, defensive tone, reduced eye contact. Even if they don't consciously mean to show it, their nervous system does it for them. So when you sense bad vibes, it's not imagination, it's your brain reading emotional data. Now let's bring this into real life. One coworker never directly criticizes you, but they interrupt, minimize your contributions, or give credit to others. That's a common sign of hidden resentment driven by comparison and insecurity. Sarah noticed that every time she spoke, one friend would joke at her expense. "Relax, I'm just kidding," they'd say, but the jokes always targeted her weaknesses. This is called hostile humor, a socially acceptable way to express dislike. Sometimes partners who feel resentment but avoid conflict become emotionally distant. Short replies, less affection, less interest in your day. Have you ever noticed someone act warm in public but cold in private? This split behavior often means they're managing their image rather than being emotionally honest. If you've experienced any of this, you're not alone. These patterns are extremely common in human psychology. And now comes the part you're probably waiting for.